Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in here. Today I want to talk about freedom and how it's being stripped from us, how we allow it to happen. You know, if you never go outside, then you never notice if the door has been nailed shut, right? Only if you go through that door every day would you realize that it has been nailed shut and actually have an issue with it, right? So that's how taking away your freedom works. So let's apply that analogy to, you know, the real world. Maybe an open carry type of freedom that a state might have. And you have the freedom to open carry, but maybe you feel like, well, people might look at me funny, I'm carrying a gun. Well, what happens is, although you realize or you understand that you have that freedom, you don't exercise it. And someday, when you're not paying attention, you go to exercise that freedom and it no longer exists. Because they use a shift in the culture first to get you to stop exercising that freedom. And then they quietly legislate that freedom out of your grasp. So that's kind of how a lot of this stuff works. You know, freedom is something that has to be practiced and exercised and expanded whenever it can be. Because I'll tell you that the tyranny pushes against freedom. There's never a gap. And it's always a way heavier push against freedom than the capability that people have to push back. And why is that? Well, because tyranny is united. You have a government, a system that wants that control, and it has all of these mechanisms working towards those ends. Now, if you're just one guy that sees a problem, what do you do against all of these government mechanisms that are there to stop your freedom and to encroach on your freedom little by little by little until there is none? And that's what America's all about. Liberty and freedom. America matters. The founding of this country's philosophy, our principles, they matter to this world. Don't let all these people tell you that America is the catalyst of all that's wrong in the world. No, I think there would be a lot worse going on without this shining beacon of freedom in the West. I really do. I think mankind would have a lot less hope for itself and for its future without America and at least the idea that America is. And it's based on freedom. Freedom that you got to go out and exercise and practice. You also got to practice respecting the freedom of others in your daily life. Because people simply choose to violate a person's rights because they legally can. Oh, it's a private company, not a government entity, so we can regulate however we want to. That's a practicing tyranny on a voluntary scale, which that in turn becomes compulsory. You don't have a choice. So I encourage people to practice freedom. Because what we've got on big tech is people voluntarily practicing tyranny. And they have a united front. We don't. We're all just getting knocked over like dominoes. That's why I'm here like whack-a-mole. I hope more people come along and want to talk about freedom and and some of the other things I talk about on this channel, because I think it's very important. That's why I made this channel, because people don't talk about a lot of this stuff, or they're not allowed to. They've been shut up, they've been silenced. Well, I'm waiting for them to silence me. Someday I'll have a big enough voice where they'll notice. I anticipate that. But that's what I'm trying to do here, is practice freedom. As long as we're allowed to do something, we probably should, within reason. Don't get ridiculous. So I'd be interested to hear in the comments, like, what freedom means to you, and what kind of videos you would like to see me make, and different situations that you would want more explained and covered in greater detail, like I have been doing. If there's any kind of subject matter you would like covered, you know, I'm doing some work on some pretty crazy topics, so I'd be interested to hear your opinion in the comments. I'd also really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, all that. You know, I don't make a dime doing this. I didn't ever expect to. That's not my motive, so, you know. But if you can, if you got a pile of money you don't want, you know, I got a link in the description to my PayPal account. But I don't expect that, you know. Most people need their money more than I need their money, so that's how that goes. I can do this on a zero budget indefinitely if I have to. I'll seek out my own financing that way. So don't feel guilty if you can't give anything. The best thing you can do is watch the video, like, share, and subscribe. That's the best thing you can do for me, is help me to get my message out there. So I thank you for watching the video, and I'll be doing some reports later today.